live in HD from Fox 11. The news starts now.
Green Bay's towering Leo Frigo Bridge is closed and will be for a while.
Could be months, could be a year.
It was a dip in the roadway that surprised some drivers early this morning.
And it looks like there's a part that's sagging.
Daylight revealed the interstate dropped a couple of feet in one spot. State officials say fixing it will be a challenge, and so will getting around Green Bay.
We're gonna have backups.
Breaking news on a broken bridge, topping Fox 11 News at 5. This picture kind of says it all. The I-43 Leo Frigo Bridge, the biggest in the area, is sagging. The dip is on the eastern part of the bridge, over land between Quincy Street and the Fox River, not over the water itself. The State Transportation Department has shut down I-43 from Atkinson Road to Webster Avenue for what could be a long time. Good evening, everyone. As for a possible cause at this point, some expected settling somewhere underground.
We want to get to that right now. Fox 11's Mark Leland is beginning our coverage tonight. Mark joins us live from alongside of the bridge in Green Bay, where you can actually see that part in question, Mark.
You definitely can see it from here. This Leo Frigo Bridge will be closed indefinitely, Michelle. In fact, you can see the little bit of a dip behind me. It's about where the electrical tower is there. A 200-yard span of the bridge dipped about 3 feet early this morning, we're told. And it's not going to be a quick fix. In fact, this bridge will be closed indefinitely.
I want to emphasize that at this point the bridge is not in any kind of danger of collapse.
Wisconsin Department of Transportation Secretary Mark Gottlieb says the investigation into the sagging of a portion of the Leo Frigo Bridge is just getting underway. From previous inspections, DOT officials say they had no indication the bridge was anything but sound.
We're surveying information. We're taking constant measurements on that pier, not only on other piers adjacent to it, to make sure nothing is moving or what's happening right there.
Early morning travelers are the ones who first detected a problem on the Leo Frigo Bridge. Emergency callers reported a portion of the bridge sagging on the east side of the structure.
That bridge is sagging in the center because I came over with a tractor trailer.
Okay.
And I mean, she jumped enough that the wheels on the tractor came off on the driving axle.
Police responded and assessed the problem and promptly shut down the bridge to all traffic around 5:30 a.m. before anyone was injured. The bridge itself rests on dozens of these concrete reinforced piers. Now, these piers don't just sit on the ground. They're part of pilings that are dug deep, deep into the ground to maintain their structure. They're not supposed to move, but one did about 3 feet into the ground. This DOT photo of the pier's footing shows the entire footing sank into the soil. Bridge engineers wouldn't give a timetable for correcting the problem.
There's no way to determine exactly how long it'll take. I mean, we're looking at options right now.
But when pressed, officials say the closure of the bridge could last months, even up to a year. You're talking months here?
Could be months, could be a year.
Now, I asked the engineers, would the pier have to be removed in order to fix the problem here with the bridge? Their first indication was, yes, it would have to be removed. County officials tell me that's a real good indication that this bridge fix is going to take quite some time. But even the governor was on hand today. He indicated that safety was the top priority, so it didn't matter how long it took to make sure travel here was safe. We're live in Green Bay. Mark Leland, Fox 11 News.
Right now, we want to give you a look from the sky and offer another view for you to check out. Just this afternoon, this is a helicopter flying over Interstate 43. If you look here, we have spot shadowed the area in question where that failure took place. Again, this is about a 3-foot dip that Mark was just talking about on the eastern portion of the bridge. And when you're looking at it from this wide out, you know, it's kind of difficult to see, but it appears small. It's hard to make out, but this is something that will certainly have big consequences in the area.
So what about the bridge itself? Well, the Leo Frigo Bridge was built in 1980. It's inspected every 2 years, but state engineers say those inspections are generally visual and would not have been able to predict what happened today. As we continue our coverage, Fox 11's Robert Hornacek has details about what is happening underground.
The Leo Frigo Bridge passed its last inspection in 2012. While the report details some minor cracking on the bridge support, there were no significant issues found. But the lead bridge engineer for the Wisconsin DOT says inspectors would not necessarily see signs of settling. Is there any way an inspection would have been able to identify a problem like this, that to know that it was going to happen?
The only way you would know that is if you saw something visually during the inspection. If we got down there during the inspection and we noticed something moving down below by the footing area, yes, we would have definitely looked into it closer.
Dale Weber says the concrete pier settled more than 2 feet. The settling was obvious as crews examined the 6-foot concrete footing at the base of the pier. The pier is supported by 40 pilings that go down about 100 feet. Does it appear that something must have happened underground to that support system?
At this point, it points toward that situation because it's settled. It's settled down, so something below the footing has happened, is what we can tell, yes.
This is unconsolidated sediment.
UW Green Bay geoscientist John Luchai says the bedrock in that area is about 100 to 130 feet below the surface. The DOT is investigating to see whether the pilings on this support go down to the bedrock. Luchai says it's too early to know exactly what caused the support to settle.
At the end of the day, it's an engineering problem, probably brought about by something geological, but we don't know that. We don't know if it was poor materials, maybe someone didn't do what they were supposed to do, and hopefully a good investigation will figure out exactly what happened.
The DOT says that investigation will take time and will include an inspection of every support on the bridge. In Green Bay, Robert Hornacek, Fox 11 News.
Transportation engineers also say that so far they have not noticed any settling on any of the other bridge supports. Well, the closure of the bridge and the repairs will be a headache certainly for repair crews, but also a long-time disruption for area drivers, including the 40,000 every day who use the bridge.
And all of those drivers are going to have to find other ways around Green Bay now and perhaps for quite some time. The main detour route will have you using highways 172 and 41. Keep in mind that Highway 41 is already under construction in that area. The city of Green Bay has posted another route which includes using Main Street to get across the Fox River. And Green Bay police sent out another notice that urges drivers to use other bridges as well. They specifically mentioned in that note the Mason Street Bridge because it's designated to accommodate heavy traffic. Drivers received their first taste of all of the impact of this closure today. Traffic was busier than normal in some areas of Green Bay. Fox 11's Eric Peterson has been tracking all of this traffic. He joins us from along the detour route near the intersection of Dousman Street and Broadway. And Eric, what's it looking like right now?
Well, good evening, Michelle. And within the last hour, we counted 3 freight trains and 1 cargo ship that passed through this area. That just adds to the situation. Now, the DOT says 18,000 vehicles pass over the Nitschke Bridge each and every day. Add that to the 40,000 on the Leo Frigo Bridge, and you have quite a situation. Now, until people find their best way around, this is going to be a very busy part of town.
The cones are up and the gates are down. The on-ramp from Webster Avenue to I-43 North is closed. On the west side, vehicles were forced off the interstate at Atkinson Drive. Many drivers are already feeling the effects.
It's a big hassle because of all the construction that's going around town. I mean, the bridge downtown was closed for how long? And now this one is out. It's just like it's a never-ending problem here.
You have to plan to go downtown shopping, whatever. You have to plan more time to go through downtown.
Traffic is being routed into the city, and we're currently in the process of developing traffic plans in the event that this bridge is closed for long-term reasons.
Green Bay Police and the city's Public Works Department set up detour signs funneling vehicles downtown.
When the bridge was shut down, that put an extreme amount of traffic into the city of Green Bay, and we have officers working traffic intersections, most likely running the traffic control box.
As semi-trucks squeeze through downtown traffic, drivers are asked to pack a little patience.
It's a different route of travel for them, and they're going to experience more traffic than normal. They're going to go down streets that they may have not gone down normally, so it's just a different environment, and they need to be more aware of their surroundings and more aware of the traffic around them to prevent any accidents from occurring.
And to complicate matters further, the on-Broadway Farmers Market is open tonight and scheduled for Wednesdays through October 16th. Now, that's 200 vendors and thousands of people also crowding the Broadway district. Reporting live in downtown Green Bay, Eric Peterson, Fox 11 News.
So to recap what we've learned this afternoon about all of this breaking news, the Leo Frigo Bridge in Green Bay is closed indefinitely. A portion of it dipped early this morning because of the unexpected settlement of a pier. State officials say the bridge is not in danger of collapsing. However, they are asking everyone to stay off of it and out of the area. You can also turn to our website at fox11online.com and any device for updated coverage throughout the evening. There you'll find a photo gallery showing that dip in the bridge. The images like this one also show the impact that this is all having on traffic around the city.
So where can you and where can you not hunt this fall? Well, new restrictions on hunting and trapping in state parks have been approved. You will not be able to shoot guns, bows, or crossbows from or across park trails. Also, trappers are required to use dog-proof snares. The emergency rules were unanimously approved today by the Natural Resources Board. They go into effect November 15th. Hunting and trapping were just made legal in state parks last year, but lawmakers also allowed the DNR the authority to prohibit them in certain areas. Despite the battle, health insurance reform is, at this point, moving forward. Today, the Obama administration revealed the premiums and the plan choices for 36 states, including Wisconsin, where the federal government will run the marketplace. Consumers in those states will have 4 levels of coverage to choose from. They range from bronze to platinum. An individual who selects, for example, the mid-range or silver will pay on average $328 in premium per month. That's nearly $4,000 a year. Consumers could pay more or less depending on how much money they make and where they live. The administration is claiming that overall, budget experts had expected even higher premiums.
Across the board, 6 in 10 uninsured Americans will be able to find coverage for less than $100 per month. In many cases, premiums will cost significantly less than was originally projected.
But despite lower than expected premiums nationally, Wisconsin residents can expect to pay a bit more than the average. For example, a silver plan in Wisconsin will have an average premium of about $361 per month. That is $33, that's almost 10% above the national average. Overall, Wisconsin's premiums rank 14th highest, according to the Department of Health and Human Services. The health insurance marketplace launches next week. Coverage will begin on January 1st of 2014. That is when everybody needs to have health insurance or face a fine.
Now, here's your forecast first from Fox 11 severe weather expert Patrick Powell.
High pressure is still in control, and that means we could see a little bit of patchy fog overnight tonight. Not as dense or as thick as widespread as it was last night. But again, tonight, I think we could see some areas of fog, especially late tonight and early tomorrow morning. The high pressure is still sitting over the northern end of Lake Huron, and that is going to impact our weather here for the next couple of days, keeping us high and dry. 66, lots of sunshine here in Green Bay. Winds northeast, 9 miles an hour. Dew points at 54. We'll drop to 53 by 10 o'clock tonight. Foggy again tomorrow morning in spots, and then 73 and mostly sunny tomorrow afternoon. So again, another night where we will see some pockets of fog, but again, not as much as we saw last night, and then quickly going mostly sunny during the day tomorrow. So look for mostly sunny, mild conditions to continue tomorrow, Friday, and even into the start of Saturday before we see a front approach from the west.
While the players are gone this week, the Green Bay Packers coaching staff will be spending some time on the Detroit Lions, their opponent after the bye week, but they'll also be scouting another team, the Green Bay Packers. Self-scouting is always a part of the Packers' preparation, but with the bye week here, the players gone, a little extra time to take a look in the mirror, see what can be fixed.
Really, our focus this week will be twofold. We'll work on the lines. We'll do we really have already started the process of preliminary game planning. There's an off-season study that goes along with all of our division opponents. Then we do a number of reports and just look at all the outliners and anything and everything that we feel can help us, improve.
Part of the Packers self-scouting will be finding a returner to replace the recently cut Jeremy Ross. Now, multiple reports saying former Blizzard player B.J. Hill, who's never signed an NFL contract before, was one of a handful of players who were worked out today as a possible returner option. Hill returned kicks for the Blizzard, known for his coast-to-coast runs and electric style. The Packers have not announced any roster moves as of today.